We can move into football. There are Troy Polamalu amount of days until the start of the NFL season. Um, I don't know why I didn't think of just putting player numbers before. I did that kind of last year on social media. I just kind of posted people's with their jersey number being the how many days. But I'm gonna keep doing that for the show, and it's 43 days. Almost a little over a month away, and then I feel like next week is the Hall of Fame game. So we're gonna be talking about the Hall of Fame game a little bit next week. So this happened right after I stopped recording last week. Was that Von Miller was announcing that he was going to be signed to the Commanders. The Commanders have a weird way of signing a bunch of players that I really like that don't play for the Commanders to the Commanders. They had gotten Adrian Peterson at one point. They went and got Jason Taylor at one point. They got Bobby Wagner currently. They got Austin Eckler currently. And I liked all those guys before they came here. And now they're all here. And it's really crazy. It'll be a 1-year deal with the Commanders for $6.1 million. But it's worth up to 10.5 with incentives. So if it like gets like a certain amount of sacks or something like that, then he'll get more money essentially. Certain amount of tackles, certain amount of sacks. It all just depends on what they agreed upon. But I like that deal. Especially for, this isn't the Von Miller that won the Super Bowl MVP back in Super Bowl 50 10 years ago. This is a very different Von Miller. He's a seasoned Von Miller, but so he'll have a lot of experience and advice to give to these younger guys that we have, like a Frankie Louvu or any of the guys that we had drafted, like that. So that's gonna be really dope. And pairing him alongside Bobby Wagner is really cool to see. So there's gonna be a lot of expertise. I think we just got like not voted, but we're like the number one oldest team now, especially with Von Miller, because they put that out like before he signed, and now he's like bumped up the average like way more. It's kind of crazy. I really like this though. I think it's a really good deal for someone who just has a lot of expertise and a lot of experience to kind of provide to younger guys, and it's a good number. And I don't think it affects too much, especially with the next guy, Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin still is not signed. He actually sat out of training camp yesterday. I'm not sure if they had training camp today, but he officially is holding out for a new deal. I am still on the Terry McLaurin wave. I still think it has everything to do with the amount of years they probably want him. Maybe he wants to be there for 5 and they want him to be there for 2. I don't know. But I don't think it's really a money issue. I think it's more of just how long they want to keep him because he is turning 30. It just sucks that we're still here like 3 weeks later and I'm still talking about this. I can't wait to come in here and throw a party for the fact that we signed Terry McLaurin for 4 years and $120 million or whatever it is. This story was interesting to me. Terry Bridgewater got banned from Florida high school sports like committee, whatever it is that runs the high school sports in Florida, for using his own money to help out players. So how they basically put it is that he would, let me start from the beginning. Terry Bridgewater retired, semi-retired, quote unquote, from the NFL and went back to coach his alma mater's high school football team. And in the process of that, he, I guess, was paying for things like Uber rides and, whatever it was to help them practice and stuff like that. I'd like to address the fact that from what I could find out from different conversations, it sounds like this school is in a kind of not so great area. Like it's Miami something. It's something not, this school is not well off. The school wasn't able to pay for field paint, and he bought stuff like field paint for the field, and Uber rides to get these players to and from practice and stuff like that. These are the things he was paying for. It wasn't like he was buying anything nefarious. It was all things to help out the team. And I guess for some reason stuff like that is illegal. I guess the either the school or some sort of committee company is supposed to be paying for this kind of stuff. That doesn't make sense to me. That kind of throws me off, that all he was kind of doing, He left an NFL career. He came back after the high school season had ended to go play for the Lions, and be there for their playoff run. And he literally left the NFL to go coach them, to help them out and bring, and they actually won like a state championship or something. Like he turned that whole thing around, and they banned him because he helped everyone out, like buying field paint and buying Uber rides. Like, I don't understand that. That doesn't compute to me. I kind of hope they reinstate it. I kind of hope they kind of learn the error of their ways and fix that, because that's just plain wrong. Drew Brees made such an impact on the Christmas games last year that Netflix is bringing him back. I think this is really cool. Drew Brees was one of my favorite quarterbacks when he was playing, and I thought he did a pretty good job. I don't remember which game he actually did, but it's one of those things where, like, if someone's doing a good job, you don't notice it, and then if someone is doing a bad job, you really notice it. And I didn't notice anything. So if that's what happened, that's what happened. I think he did really well. And I just like having those notable guys who know a lot about the game being in the booth like that. Like Terry Bradshaw and, John Madden and any of these guys like that who really know the game. Tom Brady's doing really well. Who's another guy? Who's the guy for the Cowboys? I can't remember his name now. He's good too. Not Troy Aikman, but the other guy. I can't remember his damn name. It's okay. He does really well too. He will predict plays and stuff like that. I think it's really sick. Tony Romo. That's his name. Tony Romo does really well. He will predict plays and stuff like that. So that's cool. So shout out to Drew Brees. Congrats on getting the Netflix deal.